And now Post Scrip, CTV News executive producer Barry Willson with his thoughts on some of the news this week.
There is very little this PQ government could do that would surprise me, despite its half-hearted, cynical attempt to seduce us. Madame Ottawa Company are not interested in our welfare, although they do like our tax money. In 1995, the PQ government of the day officially closed 5 Western Montreal community hospitals, including the Queen Elizabeth and the Ready Memorial. It was a huge blow, and we have never recovered. It was no coincidence the separatists had narrowly lost the referendum that year, blaming money and ethnics for the defeat of their dream. Now, all these years later, the PQ again flexing its healthcare muscle by removing Lachine Hospital from the MUHC. It's about language, not healthcare. McGill had big plans for Lachine, and they weren't even consulted about the change, not even a phone call. Further, this government has put the brakes on a new planned hospital for the Vaudreuil-Dorion area, a hospital which is desperately needed. Now, is it a coincidence that off-island west of Montreal is a high-growth area for Anglos with few votes for the PQ? Fat chance. Well, we found out this week that our publicly owned and publicly funded transit system, you know, the folks who work for us, was torquing the truth more than a smidgen over English language services. There are many fine people at the STM, but the Transit Authority has been plagued with too many frontline workers who treat English as something best ignored or treat it with a hand sanitizer. It seems there is never a shortage of stories of ticket takers refusing to speak English or even actually allegedly assaulting customers. What about announcements in the metro? En français seulement. Not that they are usually understandable in any language. Hamburger joint drive-thrus have better sound systems. The STM had always told us that offering service in English just couldn't be done because of Bill 101, blah, blah. Now we find out the STM never even bothered to seek a legal opinion from the Language Office. And it is quite possibly wrong about Article 46 of Bill 101. You see, under the law, there is leeway to provide English service. Trying to hide behind arcane and mean-spirited language laws is an insult to us, and it no doubt gives tourists a lasting impression of our city. Well, hockey will soon be back, and my bet is that fans will soon forgive and forget. Really, most diehards will be content with a delay of game penalty, and that's about it. But what did we learn? We learned that it's business, all business. Money is the driving force of a game that we shroud in mythology. Not once during this acrimonious standoff did I ever sense anything was being done for the good of the game. Who stood up for the fans? Now, the season will begin shortly, and here in the Mecca of hockey, a string of a few wins in a row will have breathless pundits and fans singing that old refrain, "Ça sent la coupe." Well, that being said, go Habs go. I'm Barry Willson. That's CTV Post Scrip for this week.